G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. This will be a fairly short video, a different video to NRL. I don't do too many AFL videos throughout the year, but I will be going to some game day vlogs supporting my Western Bulldogs, who were the runner-up in the 2021 AFL Grand Final. I'm going to be getting into 1 to 18. I've played the ladder predictor. I've done every single game for the season, as well as finals. So let's get into what's going to happen in the AFL 2022. So let's go from the bottom to the top. So we'll start off with in 18th place. So I've got the Gold Coast Suns. Now, lost one of their key players again for the year. I think they probably will be towards that bottom four anyway, but I've got them in last place. I got them with 18 losses for the season and 4 wins. I think 4 wins isn't too bad for the Gold Coast Suns. I think they'll win some impressive games throughout the season, but overall I think they're going to struggle. Another team that surprises me that I think I'm gonna regret this, but I reckon the Pies will struggle this year. So I've got Collingwood on the same amount of wins, 4 wins and 18 losses. The only difference is that Collingwood have an 86% goal kicking rate, whereas the Gold Coast Suns ended up with 83. So 4 wins, 18 losses for the Magpies. Outside of those, with an additional 2 wins, I've got North Melbourne. I think North Melbourne, still quite young, but they've got a lot of good talent coming through. And they can probably go a lot better next year, but for this year, I think they probably secure a bottom 4 spot. I know a lot of people picking them for wooden spoon as well. So I've gone with 16 losses for the season, 6 wins. Jump another 2 here for the final spot in the bottom 4, 15th. They lose their head coach. I'm going with the Hawthorne Hawks. I think the Hawthorne Hawks will go a lot better than some people think they'll go this season. I've got them with 8 wins and 14 losses. Not a bad record compared to some of the teams fighting for the 8 for the Hawks, but I think that final spot in the bottom 4 could be Hawthorne. Moving into 14th position, I have this team getting a few little narrow wins for the season. It's the Adelaide Crows. Adelaide Crows have been on the up, but consistency has been an issue for them. So I've got them with 9 wins for the season, 13 losses. Again, one of those teams that is technically by this ladder kind of fighting towards finals, but just can't win enough games to make it. In 13th position, I've got Richmond. I think Richmond could definitely make finals this year. They look like a great team during the pre-season, and they got some nice pickups. So I got them with 9 wins and 13 losses for the season. Obviously a very disappointing season from Richmond in 2021. They should bounce back, but I've got them in 13th for now. In 12th, I've got the GWS Giants. They made the top 8 last year towards the back half of the season. 9 wins and 13 losses in my opinion. Really looking forward to GWS taking on the Swans. I've got the Swans as probably a top 4 side this year in my opinion, but you'll have to wait and see based on the ladder prediction. This is not exactly my ladder in order like the NRL. This is just the game base, but I guess it leads to it. In 11th, I've got Fremantle. I've got the Dockers going 10 wins and 12 losses. Not a bad record for Freo there. They're finishing above some real quality teams. So I reckon Freo can be in for a better year. However, I've got their goal kicking rate at 94% compared to your GWS and Richmond being around that 97, 99. So a bit of a worry there, but I have got them missing the 8. In 10th, I've got a team that is probably going to struggle this year compared to some seasons, and that's the West Coast Eagle. They're very hard to beat at Optus Stadium, but teams have been able to do it. They've definitely been on a downward slope. So I'm going to put the West Coast Eagles at 10 wins and 12 losses, and 10th place will put them just outside of the finals. In 9th place, I've got the Essendon Bombers. I think the Bombers have a lot of room for improvement to have a better season than last year, but I think they'll just miss out by a game, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to put Essendon in 9th position. And then moving into the top 8, in 8th spot, I've got St Kilda. I've got them going 11 wins and 11 losses, so an even season for St Kilda. 99% goal kicking, and St Kilda secure 8th place. 7th, really surprising one here, but I think they can win some winnable games this year and just sneak in. I've got Carlton. I've got Carlton making the finals. I know every year we talk about the year that they will make the finals. And look, in 2022, I think they've got some very promising signs. Nice draw. So Carlton, 12 wins, 10 losses with a 97.4 goal kicking efficiency. In 6th place, I've got Geelong. I've got Geelong with 13 wins and 9 losses for the season. Another great season for Geelong. Got them outside the top 4 this year, though. Do have them at 103% goal kicking, but Geelong in 6th place. In 5th place, I've gone with the Sydney Swans. This is a team that I think is a top 4 team. I've actually got Geelong and Sydney 3 games apart in regards to winning. So I've got 6 losses for the Sydney Swans and 16 wins for the season. I think they're going to be a very tough team, probably especially at home. So I'd love to go see a Swans game, maybe get behind them for a vlog. In 4th place, I've got my Western Bulldogs. I've got the Western Bulldogs going 16 wins with 6 losses for the season, 116% goal kicking rate. I think the Doggies will be right up there again. I saw them lose last night, but a pretty good performance overall in the grand final rematch. In 3rd place, I've got Port Adelaide. They've been one of the better teams for a few years now, and I think that will continue. Got them on the same 16 and 6 as Western Bulldogs, but I have got them on a higher goal kicking at 119%. I think that they'll be right up there. In 2nd place, I've got the Brisbane Lions. I think the Brisbane Lions are a team that are working towards something. They have been for quite a few years now, and they can probably achieve that goal this year if they can win away from home. So I'm going to go Brisbane Lions to finish the season 17 and 5 with 116% goal kicking. And who does that mean? Minor premiers. I'm going to go with the Melbourne Demons. They're going to have another fantastic season. They've got basically the same lineup. Got a lot of talent from that side. A lot of depth. So 17 and 5 with 125 goal kicking efficiency. And then for the finals, I've got the D's and the Dogs for a qualifier. I think the D's outbeat the Dogs, get that home prelim. I've got St Kilda going up against... Who have I got them going up against? The Swans. And I'll take... Is it the Swans? Yeah, it's the Swans. And I'll take the Swans to win that game. I've got Geelong going up against Carlton. Carlton make the top 8, but I think they bow out. So I'm going to go Geelong to win that game. Brisbane Lions up against Port Adelaide, and I'm going to go with the Brisbane Lions in that qualifier, which means that the Dogs face the Swans in a semi-final. Dogs at home, I'll go the Doggies for that one. Port Adelaide versus Geelong. Geelong finishing 6th, Port Adelaide 3rd. Port Adelaide at home, so I'm going to go with Port Adelaide to move on to the prelim. So you got Melbourne Demons versus Port Adelaide, which makes for a very exciting matchup. I think the D's book another spot in the AFL Grand Final. And then you got the Lions and the Dogs, which means it could be a Melbourne Demons and Dogs Grand Final. I don't think so, though. I think the Lions are a bit higher above the Dogs this year, in my opinion, in for a fantastic season. So I'm going to go with the Demons and the Lions to be the 2022 AFL Grand Final. And I think the D's will go back-to-back this season in the AFL. But there you go, guys. That is my ladder predictor for the AFL. I might try and upload a little NBA one. As I mentioned, there won't be too many stuff. I could do a weekly tipping video for the AFL if you guys are interested, if enough people are keen. But yeah, something different for you guys. Looking forward to the NRL this weekend. Two games I could potentially be at, definitely one. But let me know your AFL tips in the comments. If you watch the AFL and your team's playing over the weekend, good luck to them. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you